The psychology of people who disappear without explaining anything serious. The invisible psychology of the body. You knew someone, a friend, a partner, someone close, and then they were gone. No fight, no explanation, no goodbye, just silence where a person used to be. Maybe you've been the one who was left like that, or maybe you were the one who disappears. The one who stops replying, who cancels and never reschedules, who quietly slips out of people's lives and never looks back. From the outside, it looks like coldness, but underneath, it is almost always something else, and your body knows exactly what it is. The first thing to understand is this: people who disappear are usually not the people who care the least. Very often, they are the ones who care too much. Because here's the strange truth: it is easy to walk away from something that doesn't matter. What is hard is walking toward a difficult conversation about something that does. The disappearing is not indifference. It is avoidance. A message sits unanswered, not because they forgot, but because opening it feels like too much. So they wait, and the waiting makes it worse. And the worse it gets, the more impossible it feels to respond at all. Until disappearing feels easier than explaining. Where does this come from? Often, from a childhood where conflict did not feel safe. Maybe disagreements at home turned into something frightening. Shouting, punishment, or a silence so heavy it felt like the floor might give way. So you learned, very early, that conflict is dangerous, that your needs cause problems, that the safest thing to do is to make yourself small and slip out of the way. You were never taught that two people can disagree and the relationship survives. You only learned that tension means threat. And so, as an adult, when a relationship becomes difficult, when there is something hard to say, your body does not reach for words. It reaches for the exit. Here's the part most people miss. This is not just a personality trait. It is happening in your body. When you face a conflict you dread, your nervous system does not see a text message. It sees a threat. And it responds the way it responds to any threat. Your heart rate rises. Adrenaline floods in. Your body prepares to survive. This is fight, flight, or freeze. And for the person who disappears, the body's chosen answer is flight. Get away from the danger. Reduce the threat. Make the uncomfortable feeling stop. Replying to that message means staying in the threat. Disappearing makes it go away. And here's what your body learns. The moment you avoid, you feel relief. The dread drops. The adrenaline settles. That relief is powerful. It rewards the escape. So the pattern gets stronger every time. Avoid, feel relief, avoid again. But that relief is short, because underneath it, something heavier grows. Guilt, shame, and a low, constant stress from every loose end you left behind, quietly keeping your body braced long after you walked away. There is a cost to disappearing that no one sees. Every person you left without a word, every conversation you never closed, does not simply vanish. It stays with you, not as a memory you think about, but as a quiet weight your body carries. An open loop that never got closed. You may tell yourself you moved on, but unfinished things have a way of staying, switched on, in the background. And there's a loneliness in it, too, because the more you disappear, the fewer chances anyone gets to know the real you. The more you protect yourself by leaving first, the less you practice being stayed with. So the fear that started it stays alive. Closeness feels dangerous, people feel uncertain, and hiding feels safer than risking being seen. So you protect yourself by leaving first, but protection has a cost. And slowly, almost without noticing, you begin to feel the shape of the very thing you were trying to avoid. You end up alone. Sometimes it isn't even a decision. Have you ever stared at a message, knowing you should reply, and simply could not? Not because you didn't want to, but because something in you locked up. That is not laziness. It is not rudeness. It is a freeze response. When the dread becomes too much, the nervous system does not pick fight or flight. It shuts down. The thoughts go blank. The body goes still. And the longer you stay frozen, the more the silence speaks for you. Understanding this matters, because the goal is not to force yourself in that frozen moment. By then, your biology has often already taken over. The real work happens earlier, and it happens gently. So how do you begin to change this? When disappearing has become your safest reflex, you do not start with a big confrontation. You start with the smallest possible repair. Step 1. One line, not a full story. Most people who disappear wait until they can explain everything. But that day never comes. You do not need the whole explanation. You need a single, honest line. I went quiet, and I'm sorry. This was hard for me. Or, I disappeared. It wasn't about you only. I was overwhelmed. That one sentence does something your nervous system understands. It closes a loop. The thing that was open, humming in the background, finally has an endpoint. Step 2. Regulate your body before you hit send. Because the urge to flee doesn't live in logic. It lives in your chest, your stomach, your pulse. When you notice the dread, the tight jaw, the racing heart, the urge to drop the phone, don't go straight into the conversation. Go into your body, take 3 slow breaths, let each exhale be longer than the inhale. Feel your feet on the floor, feel the weight of your body in the chair. Look around the room and name, in your mind, 3 things you can see. You are telling your system, this is uncomfortable, but I am not in danger. Only then, write or send that one line. Step 3. Stay for 1 more minute in your pattern. Your old pattern says, send nothing or send and run. Your new pattern begins with staying. After you send that honest line, don't disappear again immediately. Stay with the feeling for 60 seconds. Notice your breath. Notice the urge to grab the exit. And let it be there without obeying it. Maybe the other person replies. Maybe they don't. Either way, your nervous system gets new evidence. I can feel dread and survive it. I can be seen, and the world doesn't collapse. You're not trying to be fearless. You're just stretching the amount of discomfort you can stay present in. 1 honest line, 1 regulated breath, 1 extra minute at a time. If you are the one who disappears, please be gentle with yourself. This was not cruelty. It was a younger you who learned that leaving was the only way to feel safe. But you are not in that house anymore, and the people who truly care for you do not need your perfect explanation. They just need to know you are still there. You don't have to vanish to protect yourself. You are allowed to stay. You are allowed to be seen, even when it's hard. You can start today, not with a perfect goodbye, but with a single, honest word to someone you almost let go.